In this video series, we're going to go through step by step on how to process the micro drone data using the GOQ payload and LP-360. On this first video, we're going to quickly just do some housekeeping. I'm going to make sure that all the files that I am going to want to be using are on the hard drive of the machine. That includes the cycle files that come off of the flight data stick, as well as the base observation static sessions, and that for the individual flights, a CSV file of any checkpoints or targets that I'm wanting to use to help check the accuracy, and an image of the benchmark for the statics we're taking on so that I can have the latitude, longitude, and ellipsoid height. If I have all of that, I've got everything I need and I can begin work. On this video, we're going to quickly go through how to combine the T04 files. So often when you are running a static session, the R12 and Trimble software will produce multiple T04 files for the same static, and it's an unknown reason for that occurring. So in this case, on this day, it produced two files. Notice one's 273 kilobytes and one's 3000 kilobytes. But we need the static for the entire period, so we need to combine these together for a single input, because we're only allowed to have one input for the static when we are processing the data. In order to combine these files, we're going to take them and use some DOS coding to get them to work, or get them into one file. So I am going to take the two statics that I'm interested in, and I am going to copy them, and I'm going to move them to another location. So I'm going to make another window here so I can keep that one open. And on the root of the C drive that you're using, I'd like to make an empty make a folder called static files, just for doing this process. And if there are any in here, let's go ahead and delete them, and let's paste our two in here together. Now this location is C:static files. Remember that. Now we're going to do some DOS magic. So to open my MS-DOS, I'm going to come down to search and I'm going to type CMD and hit enter to open the command prompt. Now that I'm in the command prompt, I need to path the command prompt to this folder. So to do that, you type change directory. So change directory space C:, and put in the file path right here. And I don't believe you can copy paste. I'm going to try it and see what happens. I don't believe you can in this version. Nope. So you're going to have to type it out. So C:, /static files, and that's why we put it on the root of C, so that's less typing. So now that we hit enter, now that we're in this file directory, we're going to run a command. And the command line is copy space /B to bind. We're going to copy and bind. What are we going to bind? We want to bind all the T04 files. So we're going to put the star wildcard dot T04, not an O, a 0, then a space. And what do we want to call this file? We're going to call it combined static.T04, and I hit enter, and you'll notice that it copied it and it made this new file. And all of that information and that code right here is really the only thing you have to try to remember. So you're going to copy and bind. Inputs are all T04 files. What do I want as an output? So command, input, output. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to take this and I would copy it, and I would end up putting it back into my project file. Now that's already been done right here, so I'm not going to paste it. I just did this for the tutorial. Once you have moved it all over, it's good practice. Come on in here and let's just delete them out. So now you've got an empty folder for your next time. And that's it for this video. In the next one, we will continue with our processing.